वेलकम स्टूडेंट्स। आज मैथमेटिक्स का क्लास 10 का इम्पोर्टेंट चैप्टर्स कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री पढ़ेंगे। इनके कंसेप्ट्स को, इनके फार्मूलेज को एंड इनके प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करना सीखेंगे इस चैप्टर में। बेसिक कंसेप्ट्स, एक्स एक्सिस एंड वाई एक्सिस। स्टूडेंट्स पहले समझते हैं कार्टेशियन प्लेन क्या होता है। एक्स वाई प्लेन को, एक्स वाई प्लेन इज कॉल्ड कार्टेशियन प्लेन। एक्स वाई प्लेन इज कॉल्ड कार्टेशियन प्लेन। To locate the position of a point on a plane, we require a pair of coordinate axes. एक्सिस सिंगुलर होता है, एक्सेस प्लूरल होता है। नहीं, एक्सिस मीन्स एक्स एक्सिस और एक्सेस मीन्स एक्स एक्सिस एंड वाई एक्सिस बोथ. What is x axis? Horizontal line is called x axis. Y axis, vertical line is called y axis. This is x axis horizontal line and this is y axis vertical line. X axis and y axis are perpendicular to each other in the Cartesian plane. X axis and y axis both are perpendicular to each other. The point of intersection of x axis and y axis in a Cartesian plane is called origin. What is origin? This is origin, students. The point of intersection of x axis and y axis in a Cartesian plane is called origin. Origin. The point of intersection. The point of intersection of x axis and y axis is called origin. Origin means starting point. The point where we start something measuring, like 0 0. Starting point is 0 0 and its coordinate is 0 0 0 comma 0 0 comma 0 0 comma 0. Students, x axis and y axis are divided into 4 planes: x y plane, x dash y plane, x dash y dash plane, x y dash plane. X y plane is known as first quadrant. This is first quadrant. This is first quadrant. X dash y, this is second quadrant. This is second quadrant. This is third quadrant. X dash y dash is third quadrant. Third quadrant. And x y dash is fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant. Quadrant is written in anti-clockwise direction. Students, quadrants are taken as anti-clockwise directions. Anti-clockwise. This direction is anti-clockwise. This is anti-clockwise directions. First quadrant. We already studied, students. To locate the position of a point on a plane, we require a pair of coordinates. Coordinates means x and y both. Suppose a point on first quadrant. This is P x y. Is a point on first quadrant. We can locate pxy as we draw perpendicular from P to L on x-axis and PM on y-axis at M. This horizontal line is x and this vertical line is y, and xy together is called coordinate. Coordinate contains two values, x values and y values. First has x values and second has y values. X and y both are variables. There is a specific sign for each quadrant. For first quadrant, sign of xy, sign of coordinate will be x positive and y positive, both positive. Why, students, both positive? Because x-axis is right side, right part of origin, and right part of origin is taken as positive. Left as negative, minus. This is positive, this part is positive. Right side of the origin, x part of x-axis is positive. This is also positive. Left side of origin is negative. This is also negative. Similarly, above x-axis, part of y-axis is positive. Right positive, left positive also. Below x-axis, part of y-axis is negative. Right negative, left negative also. So we can take sign of first quadrant as plus, means xy both as positive. For second quadrant, x is negative and y is positive, means minus comma plus. We should maintain the orders while writing the coordinates, means first as x coordinate and second as y coordinate. Just as while we wearing socks and shoes, we maintain the order. First we wear socks, then after shoes, not first as socks then after shoes. This is not possible. Similarly, students, here we write first as sign of x coordinate, then after y coordinate, means x, values of x, then after values of y. For third quadrant, students, sign of third quadrant is x negative, y negative, both part negative, so minus. Fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. X is positive both and y is negative. Just opposite of second quadrant, sign will be the fourth quadrant, and just opposite of first quadrant, sign of third quadrant, means both plus, its opposite both minus. Students, this is again x-axis and y-axis, and this is origin. We take a point P, which coordinate will be xy. You look, we draw a perpendicular to x-axis, PL, and from point P, we draw perpendicular to y-axis at PM. this line, this distance is x, and this horizontal distance is x, and this vertical distance is y, because part of y. This is x, means this is x, this part is y, means this part is also y. What is x coordinate, students, and what is y coordinates? We understand, let's understand it. X coordinate and y coordinate. X coordinate. What is x coordinate? The distance, this is defined as the distance of a point. The distance of a point from the y-axis is called x coordinate. X coordinate or abscissa. X coordinate or abscissa. This is pronounced as abscissa. Y coordinate. Y coordinate. The distance of a point from the y-axis is called y coordinate. The distance of a point from the x-axis is called y coordinate. Y coordinate or simply ordinate. Ordinate. And a pair of abscissa and ordinate is called coordinate. That is, suppose PXY is a point, here X is abscissa and Y is ordinate, and together, both together, X coordinate and Y coordinate is called coordinate. Coordinate. Here x coordinate, the distance of a point from the y-axis is called x coordinate. Means this is a distance, this distance of a point from the y-axis, this part is called x coordinate. Means its point is x, this represents x coordinate, and distance of a point from x-axis represents y coordinate. Distance of a point from x-axis represents or called y coordinate. This line represents y coordinate. This is y and this is x, and together taken as x and y taken as xy coordinate, means coordinate. Uses of coordinate geometry. Students, some for basic knowledge. Used in physics. Coordinate geometry is used in physics, engineering, navigation, seismology and art, etc. There is various uses of coordinate geometries. You keep in mind for knowledge, not for examinations. Students, नेक्स्ट डिस्टेंस फार्मूला के बारे में जानेंगे. हमारा नेक्स्ट टॉपिक डिस्टेंस फार्मूला होगा, जिसके बारे में हम लोग जानेंगे. स्टूडेंट्स, डिस्टेंस फार्मूला ये हमारा नेक्स्ट टॉपिक होगा. नेक्स्ट वीडियो में से अपलोड करेंगे स्टूडेंट, फिर आप उसमें सीखिएगा, समझिएगा.